In this video, you get an overview of the research and design sprint we did with 5 companies in Nigeria. To solve the challenge, how might we get more young women into digital jobs? It's so exciting that this sprint is done with 5 companies. So we start simple. Let them introduce themselves. We mix up the participants and let them do some speed dating. The researchers of Proportion now present their research findings, which they have conducted throughout 2 weeks in the field. The companies can now ask additional questions to the researchers to get a deep understanding of what the problem is that they need to solve. Sprint questions are questions that needs to be answered at the end of the design sprint. The questions are articulated based on the research outcome. On the last day of the sprint, they will answer the questions to validate if their idea is on the right track. This was day 1, time to relax. In the morning, the 5 companies were searching for 5 inspirational case studies. So we ended up with a presentation with 25 inspirational cases. To stimulate the creative part of the brain even further, we invited a local musician to sing his songs and let us sing along. It's now time to get creative and putting your thoughts onto paper, start drawing, and this is really a fun part of the design sprint. In the morning of day 3, everyone has the chance to present their own individual idea. Instead of having endless discussions, we simply have a voting mechanism to pick the most promising idea from the different team members. The team will now collaborate again to work on the most promising idea and turn that into a storyboard. A storyboard is basically a comic book that tells the story of how a certain product or service is being experienced by the user. We even did role play to really bring the storyboard to life. On the 4th day of the sprint, they work on a prototype. This can be a new app, it can be a new flyer, it can be a new process. And it was incredible to see how much work can be done by a team in just one single day. It made them really proud of what they have achieved, and they were all set to start testing the prototype with the users on the last 5th day. After 4 days of sprinting, the moment of truth is finally there. Testing the prototype with actual users. So by interviewing 5 different users, the teams got feedback that allowed them to go back and answer their initial sprint questions that they articulated at the beginning of the sprint. The 5 teams got really excited because the user feedback on their ideas was extremely positive. And the users also gave their feedback on how to make it even better. This gave the teams the energy to capture it all into a pitch deck that they would use to pitch to the CEOs and their colleagues at the office.